Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hype Train YGO channel. We are here with Marco, who just topped the Gameforce Eindhoven Regional. What deck did you play?
So I played Chimera. Pretty fun deck, honestly. It's also really strong this format, I feel. I had a lot of fun with it. I was surprised I actually thought that I didn't prepare that much, so I'm quite glad it happened.
Alright, what matchups did you play against?
Round one I played against, surprisingly, Ninja out of any deck, so flipping face down,
Wow.
fusing with it was quite easy.
Freeze fusion materials.
Yeah, exactly. Round two, don't remember exactly what I played against. Round three, I played against some going second, blind second Snake Eyes with Sky Strikers. Round four, I played against as enemy a Snake Eyes Fiendsmith, and that was the first one I lost. Round five, I drew against Ritual Beast. And round six, I won against Mimighouls, surprisingly, because another deck that's also quite free.
Alright, let's just get right into the deck profile then.
Yep, so start off with the standard engine, 3 Gazelle, 3 Sword Knight, 3 Coatl, and 1 Baphomet, then along with the 3 Fusion. Yeah, honestly, pretty standard. Not much to say about this. Just all the good cards. I do see some people play 2 Sword Knight occasionally, but I feel like you do need the 3rd because this deck doesn't have many good one-card starters, I should say. So you do want to draw them.
All right.
Then we play the 3 Apprentice and the 1 Diabells. Both crazy cards. Yeah, ending on Diabells, it's something that's crazy about this deck. Every game which I managed to end on this, I just won. So, being able to essentially anti-spell the opponent and then pop
anti-spell is a good card.
Everything they set is insane. Then we move on to the good part of this deck, the Fiendsmith stuff. So I did play 2 Engraver, 1 of the new Nakuna, 1 Lurie, and 1 Tract.
I mean, there's not much to explain about these.
Not much to explain. I mean, the only thing I should say maybe is I didn't play the 3rd Engraver because I didn't feel like Engraver on its own did too much. It wasn't really a starter. Although it is a good extender to draw. And then we play 2 of the cards I really like about this deck. The random evil heroes.
Yo, are those hero cards?
Yeah. So
awesome.
They just bridge you into the Fiendsmith engine because you can just dump them and they're crazy.
Yeah,
also,
and one of them is a Light Fiend, right?
Yeah, exactly, Light Fiend. But I did play the Dark Fusion because there is a line where the Engraver can get you into the Fiendsmith, into the Chimera engine, which is the only reason I would play this.
Cool.
And then for another one-of, I played Diabolica, also to help with the Fiendsmith engine because it essentially can replace what the banned Lacrima could do by adding back the Engraver back to your hand, so to extend more.
Yep.
Then another good engine, really good engine to draw in this deck is the Patchworks.
If they were good and branded, they're good in this deck, right?
Of course. The only reason I didn't max out on them is because Droll was quite popular this format, so I didn't want to start with this too often. Because there were a few games where I did hard lose to Droll, but it's all fine at the end of the day. Then we go to the other non-engine. I played 3 Droplet, 3 Talents, 3 Eclipse, and then the last were 3 Fuelos, which I don't own, so I was borrowing. All these cards were crazy. Talents was probably the craziest card in my deck, simply because everyone was just always hand-trapping me, along with the Fueloses, and being able to dodge an Impermavailer with Chimera Fusion, look at their hand, and hand loop with the Chimera Fusions.
Yeah.
It's they start with 3 or 4 cards in hand during your turn, and you have a Diabells. It's they can't do anything. It feels crazy.
So how many cards in main deck?
Main deck was 44. Because you do play a few bricks, so wanted to lower the odds of drawing them with some other cards.
Let's get into the extra deck.
For the extra deck, also standard, you played 2 Baphomet, 1 King, 1 Magnum, and 1 Chimera. All mandatory cards, all great cards. Play 2 Baphomet because it comes up in follow-up.
Yep.
And oh yeah, Magnum actually really overperformed that day, being able to recycle the 1 poly.
Yeah.
And just to get an extra draw
And that's also spot removal.
Exactly. All great cards, and even it's a light fiend, so you can get into the
Really?
you can
Wow.
get into the Fiendsmith engine with that, and you can also recycle it with the engraver, which is always nice.
Yeah.
So like there were many times where I made this guy multiple times a game, which was very nice. And then also for the Fiendsmith stuff, just standard engine, all combo pieces. Not much to say about that. Also for more combo. Muckracker comes up a lot, Cross Sheep comes up a lot. Like, being able to revive Sword Knight with this and then use it for fusion materials for the King is crazy. It feels insane, like it has so much extension potential. And also, I did play the Rabbit, but I didn't have the Trap in the main because Rabbit is part of the combo to bridge the Fiendsmith engine into the Chimera stuff. But obviously going first, I would cite in the
Azaroon, yeah.
Yeah. And then for the last two cards, I played a Chaos Angel and Wave King. Wave King is part of the end board. Fiendsmith stuff, not much to say about that.
And that
Chaos
card is
Angel,
too good to not play.
yeah. Chaos Angel is just crazy removal. You can make it super easily with so many cards in your deck. You can easily make it a light and dark.
Yep.
And then for the side deck, the side deck was probably the part of the deck which I was least unsure about because I didn't prepare much for it, but I did play 3 Droll, 1 Red Resonator for time. It didn't come up, but in theory, because I didn't go to Tom in any of my games today, except for the 1 draw against Ritual Beast, but I went second unfortunately, so I wasn't able to win that in time.
And it's a fiend.
It is a fiend, which is why you play it, because you can dump it. Then I played 2D Barrier, the Azaroon, DDG, evenly, called by... Wait, no, this should be in the main deck. That was a mistake. Yeah, my mistake. That should be in the main deck. You have 2 Thrust and the Illusion Beast. And also, finally, we would have the 3 Purulia, which were also cards that I didn't own, which I was borrowing. So not much to say about this.
No, just a lot of good cards.
Yeah, just like thrust targets. I would play a 3rd Thrust, but I didn't own it. Yeah, the reason I didn't want to play the Azaroon in the main deck is because going second just feels terrible. The Droll unfortunately didn't perform as well as I would have wanted it to. It only came up 1 game where I drew it, and it didn't do much. It just felt like I was hand looping myself. And I also decided to play the Illusion Beast in the side deck because the extra deck is just too tight, and I did want an occasionally good way to easily kill my opponent.
All right.
So yeah, that was it for the deck.
All right, you want to give any shoutouts?
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to the TCF guys. They definitely helped me prepare in the short week that I had to prepare. They definitely helped me. They gave me some good tips for deck building, and also shout out specifically to Robin for lending me the expensive cards, which were the Mulch Armies in general. So those cards definitely did come in handy.
All right. Well, that was it. If you guys at home want to subscribe, click that button, and don't forget to press the like button as well. And we'll see you guys next time on Hype Train YGO.